guys, welcome to the third art journal video. I know it's been a while since I made one of these videos, but I just got so busy after I did the second one because I went to Europe, and then after that it just got extremely busy because towards the end of the year, from October to December, it just gets really busy for me with Halloween and just work. Anyway, so in the beginning, I hope you enjoyed that little kind of ASMR bit where you heard the crinkling of the pages. I was just showing you guys all the stuff that I collected during my trip. I collected a lot of receipts. I still have some euros that I have to convert back to Canadian. I collected a bunch of like candy wrappers, anything that I could, brochures and stuff that I got from museums that I could use for this art journal. So for the most part, this journal, the couple pages, I'm going to be talking mostly about the art and a little bit about the trip. I did vlog the trip and I haven't really talked about it since I got back. So I'm going to save it for the vlog, which I hopefully will edit soon and will be up for patrons first. It's just I have so much footage of the trip that it's kind of difficult for me to sit down and spend my time on it. It's just a warning, I don't really talk about travel stuff, so it's difficult for me to narrate this. I'm going to focus a little bit more on the pages. So right now I'm working on the kind of title page or the front page of the Europe trip is what I'm going to call it. I went from, as you can see, September 21st until October the 6th, so it was about a 2-week trip. It was one of the longest vacations I've ever done, and I'm so lucky and happy to be able to do it. I don't think I'll be going on a long trip after this for a while. I really missed my routine by the time the 2 weeks was up. But yeah, so I think the first page, the title page, is one of my favorites. I think I did a total of 5 pages for this. I don't remember, but I really like the painting that I have there in the front that you can see with a lion and then the horse or something like that. It's the page already flipped, so I don't even know. But I had tons and tons of fun working on the front page, and again, it's one of my favorites. So now I'm kind of working on the second page, and this is just talking about like pre-flight jitters and all that kind of stuff. I try not to be so hard on myself when I'm working on these art journals because I want them to be kind of rough, casual, fun art journals, and I don't want to be too measured and structured with everything that I'm talking about. So sometimes the thoughts in them are jumbled, but this one I think was pretty successful. Oh, and I'm also going to skip the painting of the doodles like I do in the other art journal videos, just because I did a ton of pages and it's just going to be a little bit too repetitive. And yeah, so I'm doing the second page, and you can see I'm working with, I really enjoyed using the sticker dots that I found in the office. In my day job, we did a lot of cleaning up, and these labels, like these circles, were never used, so I just took them for myself and I'm using them in the art journal. I kind of go overboard with them sometimes because they're just so fun to work with. I think in one page you can see I just used a ton of dots, so I really have to pace myself with that. So you can see there I got a bunch, like a business card from a restaurant that we went to in Genova, Italy. Basically we went to Genoa, Italy, then we went to Munich, and then we went back to Italy and Rome. And those are the 3 main places that we spent our time on our trip. We spent the most time in Rome. We dedicated a full week for that. And it was good. It was good. It was quite tiring. I think I did not balance our schedule to accommodate sightseeing and relaxing. There was a lot more sightseeing than relaxing. So by the time we were on our last week, we were pretty tired. We were kind of tired of like walking around and just dealing with a lot of tourists. So many tourists in Rome. It was just difficult sometimes when you were tired and you wanted to enjoy what you were looking at. There's just tourists everywhere, kind of blocking your way and bumping into you. But it was still a good experience. I feel like next time I have to balance that planning for sightseeing and just relaxing. But a lot of people who we talk to say a week in Rome is not enough to see everything, which I kind of believe, but also I think you sometimes have to let go, because you can't just push yourself and see everything, because you can get really tired. Plus, when we went, Rome was extremely hot. It was so hot. So I was kind of sweaty all the time, and it sucked. But yeah, so I think this is the third page. 1, 2, 3, I don't remember. I lost count. I'm trying to kind of balance every page with doodles and writing. The Oktoberfest page, which I will be working on later, you can see I did not do a lot of doodles in that one. That was my least favorite page. This page I'm working on right now, I quite like. I think there's a good balance of text and doodles, and this is my thing with art journals. I like to play around with how things look. Oh, and I'm also using stickers that I got for Christmas. These are like puffy food stickers, so I thought some of them would be appropriate, like this bow tie pasta thing, so I used that. I don't know why I used the eggplant in the corner there, but anyway, you are going to see full pages of these. I know it's going by really fast. It's just because I had a lot of footage when I was working on this art journal, or in these art journal spreads, so I wanted them to kind of go by fast. But don't worry, you're going to be seeing full, I'm going to be showcasing the pages at the end of the video, so not to worry. You can also pause whenever you like, so you can read the gibberish that I write. And I'm surprised I didn't do too many typos. You probably, maybe you'll remember in the beginning of this, in the title page, I spelled Europe wrong. So I whited that out. And here I have a ticket from the train system in Munich, Germany. So I kept a bunch of my train tickets. I kept a lot of receipts. Like I said, I grabbed a bunch of brochures wherever I can. So when I was coming back to Toronto, I just had so much receipts and stuff to go through, and they were on my desk here at home for a while, for a couple months since I got back, staring me in the face saying, when are you going to do this art journal? And I finally got to do it, and I'm pretty happy with all the pages that I did. So I think now I'm working on the Oktoberfest page. I feel like I should have done a better job with this, but I don't know, I think I got too excited or something. I wanted to do the text like, beer, where there's fizz at the top, but it didn't really work out. It's a little bit too dull, and overall this page wasn't my favorite, even though Oktoberfest I had a lot of fun going to. I'm not a beer person, but it was a great experience hearing about it, and it was fun seeing everybody in traditional German clothes and costumes. It was great. It was just like adults at the carnival, drunk by 6 o'clock or earlier. People were falling over, just like always. And then they had like huge pretzels that they were eating, and these huge like cookie hearts that I guess were edible, but they were just used for they were just souvenirs. I don't know what they're called, but basically like gingerbread hearts of varying sizes. Anyway, so I would describe Oktoberfest like a carnival for adults with a lot of beer halls. And if you ask me if I would go a second time, I think once for me is enough, because again, I'm not a beer drinker or an alcohol person, so I don't really enjoy drinking alcohol. So, and Oktoberfest is pretty much all about the beer. I did enjoy a huge stein of beer, and by the time that was done, I was out of it. So I wouldn't do it again. But it was really fun. And now I'm working on the first page of the Italy / I guess Rome spread, because again, we spent most of our vacation in Rome. We spent a week there. So I collected a lot of brochures from the museums that I went to. You can see I went to the Vatican Museum, which was not one of my favorite places to go. It was just really crowded when we went, and just really hot, so you felt like kind of cattle being prodded along like a maze. It was just so hot. My friends and I, we went with a bunch of friends, so my friends and I said it was kind of like going through the 7 circles of hell in the Vatican, because it was pretty bad, but it was an experience, so it was good. And then here I'm kind of saving the other tickets to the other museums that we went to. We went to a lot of museums, and I saw a lot of white sculptures and a lot of white statues. I saw a lot of paintings. I went to a lot of churches. I saw a lot of paintings there. It can get kind of repetitive on your fourth day going to a museum, so, but it was still pretty good. It was still pretty fun. The place that I enjoyed the most, you'll see, I think I do a next page on it. It's just this museum that used to be, I guess, one of Rome's first quote-unquote shopping malls. So there were a lot of people, a lot of Romans selling stuff. They had little booths, and it was just like a huge coliseum with booths, where people sold a bunch of stuff, and some people lived there too. So now it's just all ruins, and we were able to go there, and that was one of my favorite places to go, because it was interesting, but it was also not so full of tourists, so you can walk around and enjoy your time, and just read things and just not be bothered by people pushing against you and stuff like that. So it was one of the first places we went to as well, so I probably had a lot of energy still at that point. Yeah, so you can see on the right there, that's a little map of one of the levels of the market. It's called the Trajan Market, and they converted into a museum now, so they have like different exhibitions going on there too. When we went, you can see the market and the ruins, but you can also see like a Chinese exhibit. That's what they had on at that time. So that was one of my favorite places, just because there was like not a lot of people. And we also did go to the Colosseum, the place where all the gladiators fought. It was pretty interesting, but also one of the most crowded places we went to, so it wasn't as enjoyable. And I was kind of it was kind of anticlimactic when I saw the Colosseum itself, because they were doing a lot of not renovation, excavation. They were doing a lot of excavation in the dungeon, so you can see a lot of like construction kind of apparatuses there, so it kind of obscured your vision of everything, and you couldn't really visualize the gladiators fighting there. But again, too many people. When we were in Rome, I had gelato every other day. I'm lactose intolerant, but I bought some pills for the trip so I can indulge in all the gelato that I want and all the cheese that I can eat. I enjoyed eating gelato all the time. It was great, and I kind of got rid of the calories from all that gelato by walking a lot, because we walked a lot in Rome. We had an Airbnb that was kind of central, so everything was walking distance, and we took the train from time to time. But I'm happy to be doing a lot of walking, because we did a lot of eating. We ate a lot of pasta. One of the things that I didn't like about Europe was the fact that you had to buy drinking water whenever you went to a restaurant. You couldn't just ask for tap. You'd have to pay for water, and you have to tell them you wanted still water and not sparkling water, because I think the Europeans, from my experience, really like the sparkling water. So you also had to pay for washrooms, or bathrooms as people in the States call it. You especially had to pay for them when you were at like a bus station or a train station. You had to pay like €1 to get in there, maybe less than €1, I don't remember. But you had to pay for washrooms, so that wasn't fun either. I'm pretty spoiled here in Canada, where there's a lot of public washrooms available, and you don't have to pay for drinking water. So that was really a different experience for me. There was also a lot of people who smoked. I noticed. I'm very sensitive to cigarette smoke, so when we landed in Genoa, a lot of people there was just smoking. And that was not a good first impression, but Genoa is beautiful, so it's fine. I'm just writing down the best gelato place that I went to in Rome. It was a recommended place by our Airbnb host, and I went to a bunch of gelato places, and that was my favorite one. And then this one was a really nice pizza place that we were really close by. Our Airbnb was really close to it, so we went like 3 times late at night to get a bunch of really nice pizza slices. They were really good. So if you're ever in Rome around that area, you can check those places out. They're great. And now I'm working on the last page, so I had a little bit of fun with this. I have the remaining brochures, and I kind of found a lot of photos of paintings and stuff that look sad, because I was leaving my vacation and going back home. I could have worked a bit more on this page, I think. It was just a little bit too cramped, but I'm pretty happy overall with it. And soon I am going to show you the spreads here. So here are the full spreads. I'm going to flip through them, and I'm also going to zoom on them. So if you want to read them, you can pause the video. But I think I'm going to say my goodbyes here. I hope my commentary wasn't too all over the place. I tried to talk about the art, but I also tried to talk about the trip. But there are so many things that happened on the trip, so it's kind of all over the place. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this art journal video. I am looking forward to making more that are less intensive than this, but it was really fun to do. I experimented a lot with my washi tapes and different layouts, as you can see here. And I just like crowding a page as much as I can. It's just so fun for me. And some people may disagree. They might find it a bit scattered, but I really just enjoy having a bunch of stuff on spreads like this. I had a lot of fun. And I hope you maybe try doing an art journal like this. I'm gonna try and make more videos, but since I like doing them in kind of like peace and quiet and times when I'm not busy, the video uploads for art journals might be a little bit more sporadic, because again, I like taking my time with them. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and I look forward to you guys watching more, I guess. If you have any comments, suggestions, feedback for me for the next time, let me know, and I will try my best to incorporate it in my art journal videos. But I had a lot of fun doing these, so I am going to leave you with the close-ups of the pages and spreads, and I will see you guys in the next vlog, or in the next art journal video, or in the next art video I do. Have a great rest of your week, or have a good day or night, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye! Thanks for watching!